Our culture teaches children, especially girls, to please others, be polite and agreeable. And while it's great that our young people learn the value of respect, when it comes to girls, it often tips over into people pleasing. Girls quickly lose their ability to say no and to have clear boundaries, and as they get older, that can become a really worrying pattern. We're going to explore how to teach girls to say no and why it's important, so stay tuned. Hi there, I'm Nikki from the Girl Lab. We support you to support girls and young women, whether you're a parent, carer, teacher or a youth professional. Don't forget to like this video and please do subscribe, as that will ensure the algorithm lets others see this video who need to hear it. Okay, let's dive in. So let's be frank, saying no is hard. It's pretty hard to refuse when someone's intent on getting you to do something and they're using all of their very best persuasive tactics. Whether it's being asked to go out of our way to help someone or lending that fiver that we just know we'll never see again, something in us tends to kick in and all of our saying no intentions go out of the window. And that's okay until it isn't. Humans are hardwired to please one another, and being kind is part of our intrinsic nature that sets us apart from the robots. Helping, supporting, doing acts of kindness and being compassionate can bring us a lot of joy, and it also has to be balanced at the same time with receiving the same help, support and kindness, and knowing when to say no to maintain our inner reserves. Giving, pleasing, helping and nurturing are all viewed as feminine qualities that somehow come naturally to women and girls. The stereotype of women being better listeners and better carers or having more empathy than men often results in an expectation for women and girls to embody these qualities at all times, with a similar expectation that these qualities will be absent or far less prominent in men and boys. The expectation that girls will embody these so-called feminine qualities of caring and kindness and giving starts in early childhood because of the gender norms that are still entrenched in our society. Even when children are very young, adults will place less of an expectation on boys to comfort another child when they cry, or share their toys, or be polite and well-mannered. We expect boys to be rambunctious, physically aggressive and less compassionate, as those gendered ideas are pretty much hardwired into our brains, and they've been endlessly reinforced by the roles and the expectations that we see around us, from how characters behave in books and TV shows and movies, to even how we see our politicians and our leaders behaving. So by the time that girls become teenagers, they know what's expected of them by society, and this often grows into a huge pressure to be perfect in every facet. From early childhood, the expectations are that girls should be nice, be polite, care about how others feel, share, mind their manners, look after others, make others feel better and be kind. By the time girls are teenagers and young women, these expectations have often solidified into some pretty worrying patterns of behaviour. When girls have been encouraged, expected and at times forced into meeting other people's needs before their own, this often results in things like people pleasing, taking responsibility for others, an over-reliance on being needed or neediness, poor or loose boundaries, and sometimes a lack of self-worth as well. In short, we create girls who can't fill up their own cup first and have few boundaries. Now, perhaps this wasn't much of an issue when girls were toddlers and they were being made to share their toys, but what happens when teens and young women don't know how to set boundaries, say no, or continually engage in people pleasing? Well, we can see evidence of this all around us. Girls who objectify themselves and care more about how others see them than they care about their own self-image. Girls who view their bodies as a commodity to be approved of by others, often strangers. Girls who engage in sexual activity, even if they feel uncomfortable to do so. Or girls who find themselves in abusive and dysfunctional relationships, bullying scenarios and gangs. So while a girl's inner knowing may be shouting, "This is not right," their desire to conform and behave has been hardwired almost since birth. They deny their intuition, they ignore their own feelings, and they overlook their own needs and go along with what's expected of them, and sometimes with disastrous consequences. We urgently need to give girls the permission and the tools to reclaim their right to be authentically self-serving, and that starts with simply recognising their own needs, understanding the importance of giving to themselves before others, and believing that they're worthy of having and maintaining clear boundaries. We need to teach girls that they can say no, because they have a right to self-prioritisation, and that caring about how they feel first is the most important act of self-care and self-love that they can undertake. And we need to give her the tools to do this. So make time to have conversations with the girls in your life about boundaries, pleasing others, and saying no. Create space for an open discussion. This isn't about adults telling girls what they should do, because that's more of the same old energy that perpetuates these problems. So instead, use some examples from your own life when you've let a personal, emotional, or a physical boundary slip, and share how you felt afterwards. Probably not great. So allow girls the space to share their own examples and explore how you both end up feeling when it happens. Let us know how you get on in the comments below, and any other ideas that you can share. Please do like this video and subscribe to our channel, and if you're interested, join our community of parents and educators who care about girls over on Facebook. I'll pop a link in the comments below to that. If you want to learn more about these sorts of patterns of behaviour our society is creating in girls, then check out our Redesigning Girlhood training course, and I'll post a link to that below as well. Thanks for doing your bit to create a world that works for girls, and I'll see you soon.